Hello and welcome back to This Week in New Genre Books. My name is Amelia, and from Locus Magazine we're going to tell you all about the new science fiction, fantasy, horror, and related books being published the week of February 18th, 2025. Maybe you need something new to read next. Maybe you don't want to miss out on the next big thing. Maybe you just got here because the algorithm knows you love books. Stick around and we'll make sure you are completely up to date with what's coming out right now. We got you. First up, science fiction, we have two titles. From Cory Doctorow, we have Picks and Shovels, out from Tor in hardcover and ebook. This is a tech noir / thriller novel, an origin story in the Martin Hench series. In 1986 San Francisco, Martin Hench is hired by a computing company to investigate some ex-employees who have founded a competitor. Naughty, naughty ex-employees. What did you think all that NDA paperwork you signed was for? But then he switches loyalties to the company he's supposed to target, and things turn deadly. From John Ironmonger, we have The Wager and the Bear, out from Fly on the Wall Press UK in paperback and ebook. This is a near-future science fiction climate novel. In a Cornwall pub, idealist Tom humiliates politician Monty. The young men make a wager that intertwines their lives. Years later, they end up trapped on an iceberg with a hungry polar bear. I mean, just don't eat the polar bear's liver. That's my advice. It has too much vitamin A. Polar bear liver will kill you. That's probably not the problem they're worried about, though. Did you know that by buying your new books from ourbookshop.org link, you support local bookstores and Locus? We get a little bit of affiliate income each time you do. You can help us and help your local bookstore. From Kimberly Lemming, we have I Got Abducted by Aliens, and Now I'm Trapped in a Rom-Com, out from Berkeley in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. This is a humorous science fiction romance novel. A PhD candidate in wildlife biology gets attacked by a lion, and they both get abducted by aliens. Dorothy hijacks an escape pod with the lion, and they land on an alien planet with dinosaurs. Dorothy teams up with two mysterious, sexy aliens and finds herself in a larger galactic adventure. Next up, horror, we have one new title. From Kat Dunn, we have Hungerstone, out from Zando in hardcover, ebook, and audio. This is a vampire horror novel, a feminist reworking of Carmilla. Lenore, the unsatisfied wife of a steel magnate, is electrified by the arrival of Carmilla, a pale woman who becomes energetic at night. Village girls are falling sick with a mysterious hunger, and Lenore is increasingly drawn to Carmilla. Next up, fantasy, we have 6 new books to talk about this week. From Stephanie Burgess, we have Wooing the Witch Queen, out from Bramble in paperback, ebook, and audio. This is a fantasy romance novel, first in the Queens of Villainy series. A wicked sorceress queen hires a mysterious dark wizard to sort her library, not realizing he's a nerdy archduke without magic. I mean, if you had to pick between a wizard and a nerd, that would be a tough choice. They're both so great. Anyway, she's got power struggles to worry about, and he's got a mysterious past that's catching up to him. From Sarah El Arifi, we have Cursebound, out from Del Rey in hardcover, ebook, and audio. This is a fantasy novel, the second in the Feybound trilogy. 2 elf sisters struggle with a mounting war between their realm and the Fey. Sister Yiren is torn between her current lover, the Fey Queen, and her former lover, who's leading the opposing side. Sister Lettel is trying to break a curse that binds their realm to the Fae. From Marianne Gordon, we have The Antlered King, out from Harper Voyager US in hardcover, paperback, ebook, and audio. This is a fantasy novel, second in the Raven's Trade duology. Helivir is a necromantic sorceress who's duty-bound to Princess Sullivan. She's in love with the princess, but the princess has become obsessed with accumulating power. This tests Helivir's loyalty and willingness to use her powers for the royal cause. From R.A. Salvatore, we have The Witch of Whispervale, out from Saga and hardcover, ebook, and audio. This is a fantasy novel, the second in the Buccaneers trilogy, an adventure set in the world of Corona from the Demon Wars saga. A gem-powered witch has returned to the world, and the Zokanai send a brutal hunter called the Coyote to find her. From Lily Wilkinson, we have Unhallowed Halls, out from Delacorte and hardcover, paperback, ebook, and audio. This is a young adult dark academia fantasy novel. Teenage Paige is involved with a deadly incident that ends her only friendship. She escapes with a scholarship to Agathion, an academy in Seeming Haven in the Scottish moors. But Agathion and Paige's new friends are keeping secrets from her. From Cal Woods, we have Upon a Starlit Tide, out from Tor in hardcover, ebook, and audio. This is a historical fantasy novel. In 18th century Brittany, Lucinde, a shipowner's daughter, is secretly learning to sail. She rescues a drowning man from the sea, and she gets pulled into a glittering world of undersea magic. Finally, in our collections and anthologies category, we have 2 new books out this week. From Michael D. Kennedy, we have Milk White Steed, out from Drawn and Quarterly in paperback and ebook. This is a graphic collection of 10 stories, the cartoonist's first. Illustrations are tinged with the fantastic or surreal by the cartoonist best known for his work at The New Yorker and The New York Times. Stories include a 1920s ghost story, talking animals, and a visit to a far planet inspired by the author's Caribbean roots. From Nancy Joy Wilkie, we have The River Keeper and Other Tales, out from Amplify in paperback and ebook. This is a collection of 7 fantasy stories of the magical kingdom of Imlay. Characters roam a coastal region inhabited by magical creatures and must make decisions to serve the greater good. That wraps up this week. Thanks for sticking with us to the end, and please hit that like button if you got something out of this. Tell me what books you're thinking about in the comments. Surf on over to locusmag.com for book reviews, author interviews, publishing news, and more. Or come see us on the socials at Locus Mag or at Locus Magazine. Locus is a 501c3 nonprofit. Thanks for spending your precious time with us. We'll see you next week with more new books.